it's Hannah, and today I have another request brick stitch video for you. So I started making patterns on Instagram and people started requesting them, so that's why I'm making tutorials for them. Sorry for sort of bombarding you with brick stitch tutorials. So Jacqueline_BT_XOX asked if I could do a minion, and I can, so I have. Here is the Instagram picture. It's quite a straightforward one. You just start from the top and head downwards. You have to do a bit of wiggling around underneath his little gloves, but other than that, it's fine. So I'm using some beads that I got from a different supplier today. I got this lovely canary yellow colour and this very useful opaque grey colour from Bead Stampede. I also got some other beads from them, very reasonably priced, very nice people, very quick shipping. I did buy them myself before all of you think that I'm sponsored. I'm not. I just believe in supporting small companies. If you don't know what I'm talking about in this video, please check out my Brick Stitch Basics video. It explains everything a lot smoother, a lot slower, and makes a lot more sense. That's enough waffling for me. Let's get on with the tutorial. Okay, so to make this little guy, you are going to need some blue beads for his little dungarees, some yellow beads because he is yellow, some black beads, some white beads, some grey beads. I'm using size 11 Mayuki Delica beads today because they sit quite nicely in brick stitch, but you can use whatever you have. I'm also going to use a 5mm jump ring so I can turn this little guy into a pendant, or you can attach him to a keyring or do whatever you want to him. I'm also using a size 10 beading needle today and some beading thread. I recommend you to use a beading thread that matches the beads that you're using. On this one I have used black. Today I'm going to use pink because it's easier for you to see on the camera, because if I were to use black it would disappear by the time I got onto his little dungarees. But yes, try to use a matching thread if you can. So I threaded my needle with just over a metre of beading thread, and I'm going to start with a foundation row of 5 yellow beads using a ladder stitch. Remember when we're doing ladder stitch that we're going in circles. So thread on 2 beads, go through the first one, and pull, then go down through the second one, pick up a third bead, go back through that second bead, and back up through again, through that third bead, same with the fourth and the fifth. Okay, so our next row is 6 yellow beads. This means we're increasing. To increase, you pick up 2 beads, go through that first thread bridge, which we have here, making sure to keep it nice and tight, and then go back up through that second bead that you threaded on. So pick up a bead, go through that next thread bridge. The thread bridge is the bit of thread between 2 beads. Pull it through and then back up through that bead that you've just put on. And to increase on the other end, you pick up a bead, go through the thread bridge, and as normal, and then so to increase you then repeat exactly the same thing, picking up a bead, going through that same thread bridge that you were through before, and back up, and yeah, ta-da! So now we're on to the next row. This is when we start to introduce his goggles. So 2 yellow beads, we are increasing again. And we've got 3 grey beads, and 2 more yellow beads increasing on the other end. Then I'm doing 2 yellow beads, 1 grey bead, 2 white beads, 1 grey bead, and then 2 more yellow beads. Then this row has no yellow beads on. Hurrah for change! 2 black beads to start with. Oh, we're increasing again. 1 grey bead. Then we've got 1 white bead, 1 black bead, 1 white bead. Then we have 1 grey bead. And then 2 more black beads. Now we are decreasing. So we're picking up 2 yellow beads. To decrease, you miss out that very first thread bridge. You go through the second. You go up through that second bead we threaded on like we normally would. And you can see that they don't quite sit straight, so then what I like to do is go back through them. So go back down through that first one and back up through the second. And it just makes sure that they sit nice and flat. Now we're doing 1 grey bead, 2 white beads, 1 grey bead. And finishing off with 2 more yellow beads. Now we're increasing again, starting off with 3 yellow beads, so pick up your first 2 and increase as you have done before. And then another one to make it 3. Ooh, throw my needle around. Then we've got 3 of the grey beads to finish off his little googly goggles. And then 3 more yellow. So now we're decreasing, starting with 2 yellow beads. Confuse myself then, hadn't done my work round. Then we have 1 black bead to start off his little cheeky grin. 2 more yellow beads. 1 more black and then 2 more yellow. It looks a bit creepy now. Believe me, it'll all come together. So now we're going to start introducing his little dungarees. So we're increasing. We're going to pick up 1 blue bead and 1 yellow bead. I'm not fighting you. Thank you. Another yellow bead. Then we've got 3 black beads. 2 more yellow beads. And finish off with a blue bead. There we go. It looks a bit more normal now. Okay, so now we're picking up 1 yellow bead and 1 blue bead, ping it across. And this is because we're introducing his little arms, so we are increasing again. And then we've got 6 yellow beads across. So I'm picking up 2 beads and I'm increasing again, going through that first thread bridge. And then I'm going to do 7 blue beads across the top for his dungarees. And then 2 more yellow beads. He looks so happy. Bless him. So now I'm picking up 1 yellow bead, 1 blue bead, and I'm decreasing, so skipping that first thread bridge. And then I'm going to do 7 more blue beads across the top here to make it 8 in total. And then finishing with 1 yellow bead. So now we are increasing again, picking up 2 yellow beads, 7 blue beads across, and then 2 more yellow beads. Now we're going in again, so 1 yellow bead, 1 blue bead, and decreasing. And then we're doing 7 more blue beads to make it 8 in total. And then 1 yellow on the end to finish it off. So I'm going to pick up 2 black beads for his little gloves, and we are increasing, so first thread bridge, and then 7 blue beads across the middle, and then 2 black beads, like so. So now we are decreasing. We're picking up 1 black bead and 1 blue bead, skipping the first thread bridge, and then 7 more blue beads to make it 8 in total. And then 2 more black beads. So this is what he should look like at this point. Okay, so now I want to create a bit of a gap here. So to do that, I'm going to go down the blue bead, down through that black bead, skip across to my left, and then up both of those blue beads. So now I'm going to pick up 2 blue beads and skip that first thread bridge. And see, it just creates a bit of a gap. So now I'm going to do 5 more blue beads across to make it 7 in total. Like so. Next row we are just doing basic decrease, so that is 6 blue beads across. Like so. Now we are on to the final row, and that's his little feet, so we'll move that bead out of the way. So pick up 2 black beads, pin them across your mat, and then we are technically increasing, so go through that first thread bridge, and then pick up another and go through the next. Now we want to create a gap between his feet, because obviously their feet aren't just lines. So to create that gap, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through that second black bead and through that first blue bead, and then go up through the next blue bead, not going through any black beads, and then down through the next blue bead and up through the next one, and then we should be in the right spot. So I'm going to pick up 2 black beads and go through that last thread bridge, and then do my little decreasey dance. And then 1 more black bead and go through that same thread bridge, that final one. Ta-da! That's your little minion finished. Obviously, if you're using black thread, it would be a lot better because you wouldn't be able to see any of it, but it means that you're able to see it better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go sew back through my work and come out of the top here. Okay, so I sewed through, so I was coming out that top middle bead. I'm now going to pick up my jump ring and go back down through that bead, do a little triangle, and repeat. And once more for luck if I can. Go back to your work, snip the end off, and repeat with this bit here. And there is your minion complete. He is now ready to pop onto a key ring or a necklace or phone charm or whatever you want to attach him to. And he is your little companion for life. Yeah! Minions. So now you know how to make your own little very cute minions. If you do decide to make one of these of your very own, please feel free to post a picture of it on Instagram with the hashtag #thecornerofcraft, or just tag me in it so I can see them for myself and see how talented you all are. We can have a minion army. We can do it. If you like this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. Your support means an awful lot to me. And if you know anyone who happens to like minions, please feel free to share this video with them. I post a new video every Sunday on The Corner of Craft, and sometimes a cheeky one in the week as well. So please subscribe and stick around so you can see all those future videos. As always, not only am I on Instagram, but I'm also on various other social media sites, and I'll pop a link to all of those in the description box below, along with all the information as to where I got these beads, what colours I used, and that kind of malarkey. Thank you very much once again for watching, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye!